See you.
Okay.
Stay safe, and
Bye, both of
we'll
you.
see you next time.
Okay, bye.
Bye. That's true, Patrick. You sent me your yearbook, man. What a
Yeah, I remember, yeah.
act of kindness. And that helped a lot because I was able to scan all those things out of your yearbook onto that website, which is still there,
Yeah.
baylesshigh.com. And if you ever want to see your yearbook, you can go there and
Yeah,
look at it.
I've been on the site, yeah. Yeah, you're talking about the problems in Austin. In '98, they had something called the ice storm here.
Yeah.
And it wrecked the place just like Austin got hit. It's just no power for like 2 weeks. It was a mess. And since then, they got religion. They started cutting away the trees from all the power lines. They put up steel cable to support the power lines, and they did a whole lot of stuff. And so, like, when bad stuff happens, we don't even notice. Never lose power. It's never a problem. Although when it gets down below zero, which it does a lot, the village is out digging up the street because water mains still break all over the place. It's just, just part of one of those things. But, it's nice though. It's pleasant.
You and I used to hang out a lot in high school, and
Yeah, I remember.
we hung out with Helen Huth and Merle Bush. Who else did we hang out with?
Yeah, I don't know. While we were in junior, you were in junior college or we were in junior college, we had some people. Wally Toy, remember him?
Oh yeah, Wally Toy. Yeah, Wally and Eileen. Yeah.
Yeah, I wonder what happened to him. I know
I
he
don't
went
know.
on to be a helicopter pilot in Vietnam, but I had never heard any more about him.
Yeah, I don't know. And then of course Helen died in a car crash, I heard.
Yeah, that was terrible.
I guess she got married to somebody.
Yeah. Well,
I had a big crush on her.
Yeah. Well, who didn't?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I used to try to get her to go out, and we went out a few times, and I thought, man, I'm gonna get this girl. It never happened.
Yeah. She married an Army captain, and after she was killed, he went to Vietnam. He was killed, so that was kind of a whole sad.
How was Helen killed? Was she in a car crash?
Yeah, there was an automobile accident. Car ran off the road or something, and she was crushed her chest or something.
Oh, man.
Ray Keller told me about it when I was in St. Louis. It was in '75, I think he told me. I don't know when it happened though. Really.
It must have happened when she was like in college. I think she went to college in
Yeah,
Cape
she
Girardeau.
was at Cape Girardeau, and I think she met the guy down there, and they got
Yeah.
married. But I don't know where they were exactly. Well, if she married an Army captain, so they would have been Fort Bragg, or
Yeah.
most likely would have been Fort Bragg, or she might have even been up here. I don't know how much. Up here we have the big deal now is 10th Mountain Division, which is down in Watertown. And those are the guys that go to Afghanistan all the time and all that.
You went in the military too, didn't you?
Yeah, a couple of years, 21.
Where'd you go? Where'd they send you?
Every place, man. I've been every place. It was terrible. The first thing they did was spoil me. Well, I went to boot camp and I went to a school. Then they sent me to this horrible place, the French Riviera.
Oh man,
Fair.
talk about hardship.
Old single, man. That was
Talk
that
about
was-
hardship.
that was a deal. Then the French kicked us out, and we had to go down to there's a little town in Italy just down the road. Let me think. Can't remember the name. Just
Was that during the Vietnam War?
Yeah, that was 67, 66, 67, somewhere in there. But they kicked us out, and then my flagship, we were the flagship.
Were you in the Navy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
My ship was a flagship, which means everybody else was running around the ocean, and we were sitting in port in Ville-France.
Man,
We
you
were
kind of
you-
lucked out, didn't you?
Yeah, if you look up, it was David Niven's house was down on the Cap Ferrat. It was really pretty cool. And we used to go skiing in the French Alps and all that. It was great.
Did you go to the Louvre Museum?
No, I never made it to Paris. Didn't make it
No?
to Paris. No. But, yeah, anyway, then did my Vietnam tour. That was interesting. I did it as a naval advisory and learned Vietnamese and worked with the Vietnamese a lot. We did, those green boats like in, what's the movie? Apocalypse Now? That thing.
Oh, yeah, that's a
That's-
classic movie, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I worked on, those PBRs.
All right.
That
You
was
had some insight into that movie then, didn't you?
Yeah, well, yeah, I know. Yeah, that was, it was weird. It was very weird, but it went by in a flash. We worked 12 hours a day, 10 days in a row, get a day off. And I was there and out. It was a year, and they had to come get me. I didn't know my time was up. I didn't know it was time to go. They had to come and drag me out of the shop and say, "You got to get out of here, man. You're up." And they stuck me on a plane, sent me home.
Remember we used to go in high school, we used to go on caving expeditions with
Yeah,
Merle
yeah, I
Bush
remember.
and his Austin Healey 3000. Remember that?
Yep. That was,
We
Yeah.
explored some caves, didn't we?
yeah, we did. I don't know if you can still do that or not.
Yeah, I don't know. That was quite an experience, though. I was glad to get out to see some of Missouri and some caves around there too.
Yeah. Southern Missouri's, you can keep St. Louis, but Southern Missouri is nice.
And then you knew Jim Fox real well too. You were buddies with him, weren't
Yeah. Yeah. He died, I think. See, he was 51. We were 51. He was doing something down in Greensboro, North Carolina. Something to do with school. And anyway, he died apparently of an overdose or something.
you? I heard he died of AIDS. He turned
He had,
out to be
he had
gay.
AIDS, but I think it was,
Yeah, he had an overdose.
I
Yeah.
think overdose. He
Oh,
was
gee.
not dealing with it well.
He was a real talented guy, really good. He and Helen were like very great actors.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, and
So-
you were real into science, as I remember. in
Yeah,
high
still am. Still am. It's really my hobby now. You can go online now. You could get a doctorate in cosmology or any other thing just watching this stuff. There's a guy by the name of Leonard Siskin, and he has lectures, and they're free, of course. He's at Stanford, and you have to have some math though. This guy doesn't do all the videos and all that shit. He stands before a whiteboard with a dry erase marker and tells you how the universe works. And it's pretty cool.
We got a science guy in Austin named Elon Musk. In fact,
Yeah, there's a science guy.
I was there's this new app called Clubhouse. And actually I've been in a couple Clubhouse meetings with him.
Yeah.
And this guy knows no limits. Man, he's got
Yeah,
so
he's
many
out there.
things going on. It's unbelievable what he's got going on. And
Yeah.
he moved to Austin recently, and then Joe Rogan, you've heard of him. He moved to Austin, and those two guys are real buddies now, and they go out clubbing around town. They've been down at this club that's real popular down not too far from me. So I expect to have a sighting one of these days, or a meetup with him in person. But he's building an enormous factory to build these trucks out near where my country place is. It's just enormous.
Oh yeah, he wants to build electric trucks.
Electric trucks, yeah. And he just redesigned it so they could fit inside a tunnel. He's got a tunneling company in Austin called the Boring Company, and he had to redesign his truck so his truck would fit through these tunnels that he's going to be boring around central Texas, And then he's got this implant that you get implanted with, so you can get a boost from AI or whatever. That's pretty out there.
Yeah, I don't think I'm going to pass on that.
Yeah, pass on that. And then That'll be good for people that have disabilities. So it might help them get.
It would kind of be like the new tattoo.
Yeah, yeah. And then and he's got so much. And then he's got this rocket that he's building. It's the new rock. Of course, he's got this global internet satellite thing that he's deploying, and then he's got the largest rocket ever built that can go into interplanetary travel. And that thing is gigantic. It's massive.
Mars, here we go.
Yeah. He's not kidding around. Elon Musk
Yeah.
is not kidding around, man. He's
If you
getting
got
serious.
money, I guess you don't have to.
He's the wealthiest man in the world now. He just passed Bill Gates and
I saw
the
that.
guy that has Amazon, Jeff Bezos. He's just passed them by, and he's a local guy now. He's one of our locals, and I actually meet in a chat room with him at night. Can you believe that?
Yeah.
It's incredible. He's on Clubhouse, it's called. It's an iOS. Do you have a phone, a cell phone?
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah, which model phone do you have? Do you have iOS or Android?
I don't know. It kind of looks, I call it my Captain Kirk. It says LG on it.
Oh, it's an Android then, yeah.
Yeah.
You can only get Clubhouse on iOS. You can't get it on Android, unfortunately. But
Yeah,
they're working on that.
yeah. My technology stopped at touchscreens. Can't do it. I had a touchscreen phone. I couldn't use a damn thing. I ended up just getting a button phone. I could not manage touchscreens.
Well, I jumped into the Austin tech scene. After I moved to Austin, I worked in the oil field, and then there was a tech company way back in the late 80s, early 90s called BPI, and I got a job with them, and I learned all about computers and hardware and software and networking, and stayed with it and did pretty well in the tech industry in Austin with a lot of startups. I was at IBM, I was at Texas Instruments, I was with Intel for a while. I worked side by side with the guy who founded Intel, Bob Noyce. He and I kind of shared an office for a while. So really Austin has treated me pretty well as far as the tech scene. I've really jumped into it without any reservation. I might get an implant, who knows?
Austin's kind of an island amidst the rest of whatever you want to call Texas.
What's that now?
Austin's kind of an island in whatever you would call Texas. I'm not
Yeah,
sure.
they call it the blueberry and the strawberry patch, the lone
there you go.
blueberry and the strawberry patch, because the state is pretty red.
Yeah.
And but Austin is extremely liberal. I think most of our classmates are not liberal. I don't know about you, but I think everybody I've talked to, they're
The ones that stayed in Missouri.
yeah.
Like my brother went back to Missouri, but he's definitely liberal.
Yeah.
But
What
he's
about you? Are you
No, I don't know what I would call myself. I'm a registered Democrat, whatever that is.
yeah, you're a pretty independent thinker, kind of like on the Democrats.
But I don't have much use for it. I
But I
gave
think-
up on a whole bunch of them a while back when Obama was president and he had the House and the Senate, and they did nothing. They didn't fix the tax code. They didn't do anything. They just
I don't know how long Rich has been waiting, but Rich Reinheimer's coming in here, and I'm probably late in bringing him in. Come on in, Rich, if you can make it.
yeah.
There he is. Here's
Here's
Rich Reinheimer. Or no, that's Rich Fava. I thought it was Rich Reinheimer, but it's Rich.
Audio. There you go.
There you
Now I
go.
hear you. So y'all frozen in? You have frozen pipes or anything?
I just told a story to Pat. This is Pat Lupin's here. And
Yeah.
what happened to me was a week before we had the big freeze, I started a massive water project out on my land. I dug over 1,000 feet of ditches, like 2 to 3 feet in the ground, laid all new pipe, and brought in a 3,000 gallon water tank with a customized pump,
Yeah.
and we finished it just the day before the freeze, and then the freeze hit, and I like sailed through it without any water problems at all. That water system delivered for me big time. Cost me
Great.
about 10 grand to put it in though.
Yeah.
Back, you know.
Well, good.
And we didn't have any power outages. We didn't have, and the water was great, like I said, and I didn't have any internet for a week, which is kind of gave me a break from the internet, which is not a bad thing. If I had to rank water, power, and internet in order, I think internet would go dead last during a freeze, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. Our daughter, my daughter lives down in Dripping Springs.
Oh, yeah,
So,
that's to the east of us, the hill country.
yeah. Well, it's more like southwest a little bit. So
No,
anyway,
yeah, I meant to say west. It's to the west of us. My place is out east. They're out west. Two different,
Yeah.
radically different ecologies, west and east.
yeah, so they lost power for like 36 hours, but they didn't have any burst, water pipes or anything. And they didn't have any heat. So they took all their mattresses and everything, put it in the living room in front of the fireplace, started a big fire. So that's where they stayed, the 36 hours worth or whatever. But they still had water, so they could flush their toilets and get water and all that kind of stuff.
Are they on a well?
I don't know. It's a community, so I doubt that.
You know what the people of Dripping Springs call their community?
What's that?
Dripping.
Dripping?
Yeah, dripping.
Well, this is a community, Belterra. I don't know if it's
Yeah, I've heard of that. Yeah.
yeah. So I mean, it's a big community. So
Oh
I
yeah, they
guess-
got everything. They've got community center and pools,
Yeah.
swimming pools, the whole deal. That's luxury living there.
yeah, I guess until your heat goes out.
Yeah, right. So have you been to see them?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Well, next time you gotta look me up when you come to visit them.
yeah. We were down there for Christmas.
Yeah.
We were down there a couple weeks. Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah, we'll look it up. We'll go see if we can't find Elon Musk down on 4th Street or something, you know. So where are you living now? What town?
Oh, I'm in St. Louis.
You're in what part?
City down.
Okay.
Ted Drew's south, like 3 blocks from Ted Drew's.
Ted Drew's. Okay.
Yeah, that's the frozen custard place.
Oh yeah, yeah.
It's St. Louis Hills area.
Nice. So yeah. Is that your son that lives in Dripping?
My daughter,
Your daughter? Okay.
my
How old
youngest
is
daughter. She's gonna be, is it 45? 45.
she? And what does she do?
Yeah, she'll be 46. My other daughter, she'll be 50 coming. Yeah, my other daughter's gonna be 50.
And what do they do?
On the 4th of July, my oldest daughter,
What do
Kelly,
you-
she's down in Florida. She's on Merritt Island, close to the Kennedy Space Center. She's right, like 5 miles from that.
Yeah, a lot of our classmates have ended up in Florida. I've noticed. Terry Hanley
Yeah.
is around Naples. He said he was going to jump in today, and a bunch of other people are down there. Sandy
Leopold?
Leopold is down there. They have a
Yeah.
boat. Her and her husband. They're great folks. They have a boat down there, and a few other people. Who else? Let's see. I can't think of her name. Another woman that was in our class. But anyway, there's a bunch of them down there in Florida. I don't blame them to go to Florida. Sounds like a great place. I just got hired by a company in Naples, Florida, to be their chief marketing officer. Believe it or not,
Huh.
it's a dating app, and they want me to promote them on the internet, and they're paying me pretty good. So it's like a part-time job, something I
Uh-huh.
could do that it's hard to believe I'm working for an outfit in Naples, Florida, though.
Yeah, nowadays you can do that.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I wonder how many people are actually gonna have offices after this whole COVID thing is finished. Because so many people are working at home and companies realize is, well, we don't really need this office space. You know, it's like they could come in once or twice, you could rotate people in desks or whatever. You wouldn't need the volume of square footage that people are paying for.
Yeah, I don't think we're going back. I think we've gone beyond the point of no return then. I think we'll go back in small ways, but in a big way, I think we'll move forward with what we're doing now with the virtual meetings
Yeah.
and Zoom and all and these phone apps and all that I was telling Pat about.
Back in the 50s, there was a sci-fi short story. It was called The System Breaks, I think it was. And it had everybody living in little cubicles, and they never left the cubicles, and the food was brought to them, and they were all shriveled up, and they had little tiny hands, and they had little screens to look at, and they typed little buttons and things, and then something went wrong, and the whole thing collapsed.
Their power went out. That's what happened.
Yeah. The whole thing collapsed. There was another one about all the information in the world was on chipped electrons in a satellite somewhere. And a guy was up there trying to fix it, and he did something wrong, and the whole thing went bad, and all the information in the world was lost. But the sci-fi guys back in the 50s, they saw this coming from way off.
Yeah. So Pat, where are you living? Are you in St. Louis still, or where are you living?
No, I'm in the North Country of New York.
Oh, okay. What part?
Well, I'm in Potsdam, and that's kind of nestled between the Adirondacks and the St. Lawrence Seaway, if you know where that is.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'm about 60 miles southeast of Ottawa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I did a lot of traveling up there for, well, about a year and a half.
Yeah.
And I went up in Vermont, in the Lawrence Seaway and all that. That's beautiful country up there.
Oh, yeah, it is. It's great. You drive 5 minutes out of town, out of the village, it's cows and horses and hay bales and sidewalks.
Yeah.
It's terrific. And the summers are wonderful. The winters, you have to tough it up. We have the same thing in Texas did, except we don't notice. It's 8 below zero, 10 below zero. Okay.
Yeah, you're used to it. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Everybody up here is used to it. So you know how to, it's interesting. Mary, my wife, she's been, since COVID, she's been every week, she'd do some kind of baked goods for the local fire department down here. And it's only like 3 blocks from her house. And so yesterday I was down there, and one of the firemen says, yeah, we've been going on all these calls. He says, it's amazing how many people don't know how to shut off their water. They don't know their main water valve. So I came home and I said, Mary, you know where our main water valve? She didn't have a clue, so okay.
All right, we got to talk Gary Wolves through something here. We've got to get him to hear us. He's not hearing us. He's pointing at his ears.
Yeah.
He's not hearing a word I'm saying now, so I don't know if he can read the
You
chat. So I think
you got to hit audio. He's got to hit audio.
Call him on the phone and talk to him through this. I'm going to call him on the phone right now.
Yeah, on Zoom, I have to always tell it to turn on audio.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, me too. I'm going to turn on the light is what I'm going to do.
Let's see, Gary Wolves. Where's Gary Wolves on here? He called me the other day. And I told him to show up early. This is the pre-show, believe it or not.
Yeah, I read that.
All right, your phone's going to ring, Gary. I'm calling you Gary Wolves here. See?
He's not looking. He's looking at his phone.
He's looking at his phone. There, he answered. Hello, Gary. Gary, can you hear me? Let's see. I need to put it on speaker. Nope, it went right to his voicemail. Maybe I'll try it again. I'll try it again here. All right.
There, he's got a sign. He just got to put something up.
Okay. He's got a number. Okay. Hold on. Let's see. 816. Oh, wait, you put it down. 816-616. Wait, he's writing something else now. I didn't get that number. Oh, I've got it here. Okay,
There
we
what-
get it. We get it. So I'm calling you right now again. Call Gary Wools. All right. Yeah, he's calling me now. Hello? Can you hear me? Can you hear me, Gary? Okay, gotta start over. We'll figure this out. Just takes a little patience, that's all. All right, call Gary Wools.
Phone works. No, I don't want that.
There it is.
There we
That's
go.
good.
All right,
There
you
we
got
go.
it.
I gotta hit it.
Hey,
You got it.
You can hear us now, right, Gary?
Oh,
just a
that
minute.
helps.
I got him on the phone now.
Yeah, he needs his
Yeah.
earphone. There you go.
Can you hear us on the computer now, Gary?
Have I got you?
Yep.
Are you hearing us now on the computer?
No, not on the
All right,
computer.
here's
I've
what-
got,
Here's what you need to do.
I got you through here.
Here's what you need to do. On your Zoom screen, there's a little picture of a microphone down in the lower left-hand corner. I want you to click on that, and it says test speaker and microphone. Okay? I want you to test speaker and microphone. Do you see that?
I think he has to go to settings, doesn't he?
You have to go, no, it should be on your Zoom screen at the lower left-hand corner. There's a little picture, very low, lower left-hand corner. There's a little picture of a microphone. I want you to click the little.
Yes, below it, it's,
Little thing that's.
below it,
pointing
it
up
says mute.
And go to test speaker and microphone. See the little thing pointing up, the little caret symbol pointing up next to the microphone? Just to the right of the microphone, there's a little, the thing, they call it a caret.
Invert.
I learned that in French class at Bayless High. Anyway, you click on that, and you go to test speaker and microphone. Test speaker and microphone. All right, you can hear, that's good. Now I want you to say okay to that. Don't change that, just say okay to that.
He's got it muted.
Maybe it's down at the bottom of his,
So you're getting sound.
He's got his voice
Working
muted.
now. I'm gonna hang up and I'll call you back if you have more problems. All right, I'm hanging up with Gary. All right, you can hear us now, right, Gary?
He's got it muted. See
All
the
right.
little symbol there?
Give us a fist if you can hear us. Make a fist if you can hear us.
No.
You can
Yeah, he's
hear
got a
us.
fist.
Okay, so now you need to fix your thing. So go back to that microphone, and this time I want you to go to
It says,
test to look at the different microphone choices up at the top. Hit that little caret where it says select a microphone. I want you to select a different microphone from the one you're selecting now. Don't change your speaker. Leave your speaker the way it is, but change your microphone, okay? Yeah, you need to change your microphone.
I did that.
All right, you're good.
Good.
You got it.
oh, there we go.
You're there. You're there. We're good
Seriously?
now. Yes, keep that. Don't touch anything. Keep what you got. Don't do anything.
Okay, now considering that I am almost a PhD in engineering,
That's what I was
I
going to
can't
say that, but I
how
held
any of
back.
this crap work.
I was going to say, didn't you get an engineering degree somewhere? Like Rolla?
I
or
got a
somewhere like
BS,
that?
yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's,
And I was in a PhD program when the Army said, come on out and play. Now, who have I got here? Because I don't recognize anybody.
Rich Fava.
Pat Lupin's.
Oh, you gotta be kidding. Rich, really? Okay, great to see you. And,
Yeah.
oh, is that Pat Lupin's?
Yeah.
Son of a gun. Okay. All right, guys.
Yeah, you're great to see you, Gary. You're looking good there. You're in Kansas City, right?
No. We used to live in a little city southeast of Kansas City called Lee Summit. And then my wife
Oh, yeah.
inherited 4 horses that they wouldn't allow us to keep in our backyard. So we had to buy 30 acres down about halfway between Harrisonville and Clinton, Missouri. It's a nice place. It's just not city, and I'm a city boy, as you boys know.
So you're not in any jurisdiction then. You're out of any jurisdiction altogether, right?
I think I'm still in the United States, but as far as not
I
really
mean,
in a city.
yeah, I mean, you're smart to stay out of any kind of jurisdiction or control over your life, man. You're out there free man in the hinterlands.
Actually, I'm under control of my wife.
Yeah. Yeah,
What can
I
I
hear
say?
you.
I know
hear
the
you.
feeling.
You know, don't you, Pat? Yeah.
So are you in your living room there, or what is that? Where are you?
Oh God, you guys want 5 minutes of BS? We built this structure to be a weekend structure for people to come down and visit. I've got a 3-car garage underneath me, and we've got a loft apartment on top, maybe 1,100 square feet. But then the wife says, I like this just fine. Let's not even bother building a house. So here we are. Oh, please be quiet over there. Now I still got work.
No,
to
we
do.
want to
If you
hear
look
her.
up,
We
you
want to
see-
hear from her, Gary. We want her to
No,
talk
we don't
louder.
want for her. No. If you look up at the ceiling, you'll see I still got a lot of work to do. But I don't like to be up there, but I've got some drywall, sanding to do, and then prime and paint. And, every 6 months I tell her I'm going to get it done one of these days.
Yeah, Gary, you were one of my closest neighbors, and
Yes, you
I
were.
used to come
Yeah,
over
yeah.
to your house. I think I visited your house more than any other class person. I would hang out over at your house, man. You had quite a
Yep.
scene going over there. Remember your dad and everything.
Yeah, we had fun.
Yeah, we had a lot of fun. And of course, we were near the basketball courts there too. They were right. I used to go over to those
Exactly.
basketball courts behind the elementary school. And I think you had a basketball court at your house, didn't you?
I had one, and I had open area to the left of the goal, and Rick Fralick, straight over, had an area to the right of the goal. And that's how we ended up shooting. I was always on the left side, and he was always on the right side looking at the basket.
You guys are great shooters too. I mean, I think
Oh,
Rick was a
maybe
little
that's-
better than you.
Fralick was good. Fralick was
pretty good.
very good. Yeah.
And you're not, and something you don't know about Gary is he doesn't like sports. And I found that out yesterday on a phone call. So here I am talking
Used to be
sports
a
to him.
big sports fan, but I think, was it the Chiefs? Was it? Were they in the stupid bowl or something like that?
Yeah, they're in the big bowl,
The big bowl. Okay. I kind of gave up on sports when everybody started kneeling when the national anthem started. I just, I don't go for that.
Patrick's,
I don't want to don't get me into politics, guys. I'll keep
we're
you-
not going to go
your
there.
ear bent.
We're not going there.
Okay.
Because
Okay.
we'll split in half if we go there. Patrick's
Oh no, these guys are sharp. Come on.
Patrick's a athlete now. He's a rower. We didn't have a rowing team in high school, but now he's adopted rowing.
Yeah, they adopted me more like.
Really?
Yeah, I joined this rowing club, let's see, about 13 years ago. And we have colleges around here, and the college coaches have helped us out a lot. And we've won some races. I race in 4s. We have an 8, but that's an 8. You have to have, to row an 8, you have to have 8 people in a cox, and all of those 8 people have to be exactly the same size, same height, same weight, same color eyes,
Wow.
or it will not work. But with a 4,
Okay.
we had 4, me and 3 other guys, and we had this woman that coxed us. We managed to win some races. It was we ran a 1K sprint. 1K, yeah, it was a 1K sprint up in Montreal, and we took like second place down in Rochester in a 5K. I like 5Ks a lot better because you row 5K down to the start, and then then you race back. 1K, you go down there, you race for 4 minutes like crazy, and then it's over. And it's stupid. I don't like it, but I love 5K races. And I rode my single. I built my own single, and I rode that a lot.
So you're a
Well,
woodworker.
Pat, where
That-
are
that
you
took some
located, Pat?
skill. That took some
I'm
skill.
in Potsdam. I'm about 60 miles southeast of Ottawa.
So you
Okay.
built your own little rowboat, huh?
Well, I build a lot of boats, actually. That's the other thing I do is I build boats. I have trouble getting rid of the damn things. I give them away. But I just finished a really nice kayak with a strip wood top, and it's a
Mhm.
pretty thing. It's, what the heck's the name of that
Be
thing?
darned.
Man, that takes some
great.
real
I
skill.
built a power boat a few years ago. Let's see, what else did I build? I built a pirogue for somebody. They needed an extra kayak, and I built a pirogue. And it's you have to look that up. Pirogue. I built that for somebody, and I built a Sabalo with. It's got what's called a Hobie drive. You push on the pedals and the boat goes. It's got like these flapper fins that stick out the bottom. It's fun. And I've got my eye on something called a car topper. For the spring, I'm going to sell my power boat, and I think build this car topper and maybe sail it.
Are you on a?
We've got tons of water around here. You can't. I mean, there's water's everywhere. We've got the Grass River, the Black River, and
Are you on a body of water where you live? Or you?
got a million bodies of water.
No, I mean, are you like right on the waterfront at your house there?
No. I'm up a little bit down to the village. The village is about a half a mile down. The Racket River runs through there, and there's not too many houses built on it. The park is right there on the river, but I'm 2 minutes away from it. But I like to run my kayak on the Racket because there's lots of little inlets and islands and stuff. It's kind of fun. And
You guys remember Kirk Petty?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, well, he at one phase in his life, I think it was down in Florida where he was working for a yacht manufacturer. And then apparently the client was in California somewhere. And so he volunteered to sail it down through the Panama Canal and up the other side in order to get it delivered.
Wow.
And then I think he bought a motorcycle and zigzagged across the United States just to kind of see the United States. Ended up in, I think, Minnesota. And then he stuck around there. That was his Paul Bunyan era.
Yeah.
Where-
Well, have you seen him lately? Have you seen him lately?
No, I saw it. Well, maybe 5 years ago. I might have saw him. He was in town. Yeah.
He has a beard.
Oh, I know. And his hair, his hair is that long too. So
Yes.
Snow White, just Snow White.
Yeah.
At least he's got hair. I don't have hair, so that's.
Well, now, Rich, where are you located at?
Still in St. Louis. We live in the city, St.
Okay.
Louis Hills area. Yeah.
Oh, okay, sure. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
we've been over here since '83. Before that, we were down more in the city, down on Flora Place, by the Shaw's Garden. It's like a double
sure. Okay.
street. Used to be the old
Okay.
entrance to Shaw's Garden. It would lead up to that.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I know St. Louis, and I'm looking up Potsdam now, trying to figure out Pat's kind of stuff. Yeah. Okay. Good deal.
Yeah, the Racket
Well, where
River.
the hell's say again?
The Racket River's got like dams all the way up. So 100 miles of dams and lakes. So it's lots and lots of water. And Lake
Wow.
Ontario is just down from us a little bit if we go over a ways. But Lake Ontario is a scary lake. I don't do this Great Lakes. Too scary. Dangerous.
Okay.
Very dangerous.
Pat, I have some respect for you. I mean, I've gone to the Y and just did the rowing machine for about 10 minutes and it about killed me. I mean, your cardio is just out of the roof. I mean, it just goes
Yeah,
straight up.
Those are awful. I hate those things. I don't even like to train people. I teach too. I don't train people on those because it's just not. It's not the same feel. It's no good.
Hey guys, I live on those things now.
I
I live on those. Since my heart attack back in September, I do cardio 3 times a week.
I use
Two
it, but
times a
I
week.
like it.
Well,
Okay.
I used to go to the gym at UT. I can see UT from my window right here, University of Texas. And
Uh-huh.
I actually enrolled in the fitness instructor training series and became a fitness instructor there and was leading all kinds of cardio classes and Zumba and all that, you
Yeah.
know. And then the pandemic hit.
Okay.
And that was the end of that, and also the end of my basketball playing, because I'd get in these pickup games over there and play basketball.
Okay.
They had a gorgeous gym. They had like 12 basketball courts in this giant upstairs of the gym, you know. And
Mhm.
I can't wait to get back there. I don't know, it'll probably be another 6 months before I can get back there, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It sounds like Maxey Hall, the same thing. It's a bunch of basketball courts and then swimming pool, and then upstairs a big giant gym up there.
So
But
Gary,
if you row, you got to be in shape or you'll hurt yourself. That's for sure.
Gary,
Yeah.
did you say you're close to Clinton? Did you say?
Well,
No.
Clinton is about 26 miles to the east of me. Yeah,
East of
Clinton, Missouri. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Because I thought maybe you're
That's where-
close to the Katy Trail, because that's where Clinton, I mean, that starts at Clinton and goes to St. Louis and, or to St.
Oh,
Charles.
really? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a group of guys here in the neighborhood that are actually in our parish. And we've been doing like long distance bike trips. And it's like 3 years ago, we took the train up to Sedalia and then rode back from Sedalia on the
Uh-huh.
Katy Trail.
Yeah.
And then like the year after that, we did Natchez Trace. So you go down to Franklin, Tennessee, and we started
Yes.
there. And then
Heard about it. Yeah.
yeah, and then you go down to Natchez. So we did it in a week. It was like 400 and something miles, 440 miles.
Wow. Wow.
So that's how I stay in shape, is bicycling. A lot of that's kind of cool. St. Louis has a lot of trails now. It's great.
Okay.
They're getting
Yep.
more all the time where they're interconnecting and everything. So it's great. And in Illinois, you go over on the Illinois side, there's just, I don't know how many hundreds of miles Madison County has of trails over there. So
Okay.
yeah, it's all safe, very safe.
You know, I went to,
Well, I don't.
yeah, go ahead, Gary.
But just saying, I don't do much in the way of walking anymore. I probably should. I've got a couple of dogs. They would enjoy walking with me, I'm sure.
Mhm.
But I do cardio down at Clinton at Golden Valley Hospital.
Mhm.
It's good. I'm enjoying it. I'm on a weight program now here at home, and I do about about a mile and a half on Saturdays, a mile and a half on Sundays, just walking around the loft here.
Oh, wow.
But they claim that that would keep me going for another couple of years, so that's fine. I'll
So
try.
what is your height and weight now, Gary? Just curious, because we used to be about the
It
same.
depends upon what day you're looking at. I'm
Well,
still
what
about
about today?
6'1".
How about today?
191. I dropped to 175 after my heart attack, but it's steadily going up. I'd like to keep it about 185, but I'm putting on so much muscle now from my weight program. That's probably some of the weight I'm putting on.
Yeah, because we're about the same height. You're about 6'1", right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I used to be 6'2". You probably used to be 6'2" also, right?
Well, maybe I'm closer to 6 now.
But
We do shrink, don't we?
I'm heavier than you. I'm up around 200. So I need to lose a little weight. I think this lack of having the gym is, I do swim.
Mm,
I do swim every day. I swim
excellent.
880 yards a day of swimming. And I have this.
Wow.
It's amazing. This thing here is amazing. See this? It's a bone conducting headset that attaches to your goggles, and you hear it through your bones. Isn't that amazing?
Oh,
And I
wow.
put a bunch of podcasts and music on there, so it keeps me from being bored, because
Oh,
swimming is so boring
cool.
just to go back and forth, you know. Now I can. The other day I listened to Matthew McConaughey talking to Lance Armstrong. And those
Oh,
guys are like two Austin legends, you know. They're like legends around here. And that really motivated me. I swam my best time ever listening to that podcast because I'm thinking, man, Lance
Okay,
Armstrong.
okay.
I start really pumping, you know. And Matthew McConaughey just wrote this book that's incredible about his life, you know. It's called Green Lights.
Yeah.
I think I have it somewhere around here. But it's an incredible book about how when you see a red light, you turn it into a green light, you know. And his whole life was a series of green lights, green light after green light, you know. And he turned adversity into
Okay.
Positive.
success, you know. Amazing book,
Yeah,
amazing. What a storyteller that guy is. I wish I could tell stories like that guy, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
How about you, Pat? Do you have any stories to tell?
I don't know. I, I never did anything all exciting. I did my Vietnam tour and survived that.
Yeah, he did his Vietnam tour in France on the Riviera.
Yeah. No, I mean, I went to
Who
Vietnam
did?
after that.
Pat, were you in country?
Oh, yeah. I did my year in country. I was a naval advisor.
you, sir.
I had a pretty little blue beret. No patches.
Thank you, sir.
My call sign was Snake Charmer. Never forget that.
Snake Charmer.
Snake Charmer.
That was your handle on the radio, right?
Yep, Snake Charmer.
Yeah. Mary and I got married in '69 on Valentine's Day. So we just had our 52nd
okay.
anniversary.
Now, is this someone we
then-
know? Do we know Mary?
Mary Perry, she was like 2 years behind.
Sure.
Oh yeah, I
Yeah.
remember her. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, I got my draft notice then August. Well, I went in August 15th of that year. So we'd just been married just a short period of time when I had to go, you know, and leave. But what ironic is, and I didn't realize it at the time because I was pretty much quarantined in basic training, but I got drafted
Mhm.
on the first day of Woodstock. So I didn't know anything. I didn't even know about Woodstock until it came out in the movie, and I actually saw it in a movie theater on Post. And I go, when in the hell did that happen? And here it's like the first day I was on a plane going to San Francisco that first day, because they sent me rather than going down to Leonard Wood, they sent me to Fort Ord, California.
All right, you guys.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
We're the meat fest is over. We've got a woman coming in here. Nancy Herndon is with us.
Hey, Nancy.
Great.
We're
Great to see
talking
you, everybody.
military stuff now. Okay.
Did I take too long in letting you in here, Nancy? Were you waiting very
I
long?
have to Zoom all the kids' school classes, so it takes quite a while sometimes. So to me, it wasn't that unusual.
Okay, sorry if I took too long.
I figured you were talking to somebody else.
I was talking to these guys. We were just talking about all kinds of stuff. We got Pat Lupin's here, we've got Gary Wool's here, and we've got Rich Fava here.
Yeah. Cool. So what's
Tell us.
everybody doing?
Good. We want to
Sitting
hear
here
about
talking to
we wanna
you
hear
guys.
about you first, though. I know you're like big into
Yeah.
historic stuff and all that, and you're in.
Well, I was just
Mhm.
in Newport on the other Zoom. You have to keep up so many classes in order to stay in the Victorian Society in America.
Okay.
There's a national chapter here in America, and we're the St. Louis chapter, but we're connected to England. And you have to stay in so many hours in order to keep your accreditation or whatever you want to call it. So, and I want to keep it because I'm part of St. Louis history here. We have a really, really good chapter here in houses. And we have one, I don't know if you guys remember, right there at Oakland in Afton. Any of you ever been to Oakland House?
Oh, yeah.
Yay,
You mean-
Oh, okay.
it's in our
you mean
backyard.
in the cemetery? You the one in the
It was
cemetery?
in
there?
Lakewood Cemetery.
Oh, yeah. That's
Okay.
beautiful.
It was being sold. It was either going to be torn down or sold in 1973. And 4 of us got together and started talking about it and got the Benoit family involved. And in 76, we purchased the house and we've spent 45 years restoring it. So it's completely restored. And I tried
You
to,
are a hero. Way to go, Nance.
well, I tried to get one of our reunions there, and we can do that again, because the year that I got it set up, we had a wedding and they bumped us for the wedding because they make more money with the wedding.
Yeah, they're
But,
not going to make any money off our class, that's for sure.
Well, but I've been on the board a long time, so I can finagle, free.
Oh,
Free
Yeah,
the
is good.
insider, yeah, okay.
A lovely big house. It has 3 acres of lawn. We could have a heck of a nice party out there, bring our own catering in and, sing till the wee hours of the dawn. You just have to go in after 11 o'clock at night. You can't be screaming on the lawn. Then you have to be inside, but there's plenty of room inside.
Hey, I'm up for that. Sounds good
Mm-hmm.
to me. Let's get that going. Let's get this pandemic out of the way and get on with some partying.
I just heard this morning that they think they'll get herd immunity by April.
Good.
Okay.
So.
Guys,
only my thing look at it.
Nance and I have been talking a little bit about reunions. Once every 5 years at our age, no, not good, because we're going to lose people right and left. So having this Zoom stuff that we can get together and chat and see what's going on, that's great. But having a couple of really live ones like Nance just mentioned, that would be fantastic. I agree.
That would be
Yeah.
great. Yeah.
I think at our last one, I asked people that, and they primarily said every 2 years.
Yeah, I
Of the
agree.
people that I talked to. But of course, 2 years we're in COVID.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. We got Karen Moore coming in.
Ah,
I just noticed she was up at the top of the screen there, and I'm letting her in. And let's see if she's got
Okay.
good audio and good video. You all have pretty good audio and video. You're doing great.
Yay.
Well, Paul, thanks for helping me set this thing up, because really I had no clue.
Yeah, well, we figured out how to talk you through it. We just had to go down to that little microphone.
Right.
So let's see if Karen can make it in here. Yeah, we've been talking about Kurt Petty, and Pat's been talking about his boat building, and Rich has been talking about Kurt. He mentioned Kurt Petty, and he has a daughter out near me in Dripping Springs, and Gary's got his horse farm there in somewhere.
No,
in
my wife's
Mooresville,
horse farm.
Mooresville, Missouri.
She won't let you play?
Horses are just big dogs to me. That's, what the heck?
Nice big dogs.
Bubba, come here.
Well, I don't know what happened, but she didn't make it in, but maybe she'll try again. If you fail, try again. Who did I say that was? I already
Love this
forgot.
guy.
Oh,
more.
Can you love this boy?
yeah, we'll love that boy.
Okay. That's my Bo. He's my buddy.
I have Bo also,
Okay,
but he's a
awesome.
cat. My Bo's a
again?
cat.
Oh,
He thinks he's a dog, though. I put him on a leash and we walk up and down the street like the dogs do.
you gotta be kidding me. I've never seen a cat on a leash. Oh my
Well,
God.
I can put it up on them. That's almost what everybody says as they go down the street. They all say, "What? Is that a cat?" And I look at him, I say, "Looks like a cat to me."
Oh my gosh.
He's
That's
a high
funny.
stepping dude.
Woo.
He was a stray, and I gave him a home. But I think when I had him, his chip read, someone had owned him, so he's very friendly.
Oh,
But he's used to being out on his own, and he took to the leash. So
I have a question for Nancy. What is the Victorian thing you were talking about?
I'm sorry, what?
I heard you say the word Victorian. Is that what I heard?
Yes, the Victorian Society.
The Victorian Society.
Yeah, it's from England, of course. That's where all the Victorian stuff, Queen Victoria came from. And they study houses and clothing and just about anything Victorian. And of course, we have a lot of it here in St. Louis. So there's a
Yes,
St. Louis
I
chapter.
can see Nancy talking, but I don't.
My mother-in-law is from England. She was born there in Manchester in 1930.
Oh, well, you need to contact it. And they do
Yeah.
tours
It would
all
be-
around the country
Yeah,
and
she-
study groups all around the country.
How do I do that, please?
So
got a question for you, Paul, real quick.
I
Did you
don't,
let Newsom in?
Yeah,
there's Newsom
I'm
over there.
sorry.
I'm here.
You let Newsom on this thing? Oh my God. We had intellectuals on this. Now we got Newsom? Oh,
Well.
come on.
Time to go downhill.
Right, yes, I'm,
Uh-oh.
I think Rich fell out there. He left us.
He had to go potty. He went to the bathroom.
oh,
What
I
happens
see.
when we get older?
Yeah, you got that right. I got
Okay.
that old bladder.
That's what everybody's saying. It's awful.
There's Jack Newsom. He got the Jock Award of the century.
I was there, right?
Yeah.
That's right.
Oh, brother.
And
Now,
Karen
hey, Jack?
Fowler Moore is trying to jump in here, but she's struggling with video, but she can hear us. She just can't. We just can't see her, and maybe we can hear and
I
see
can
her
see you
soon.
guys too.
Oh, we can hear you,
Okay.
Karen.
Good.
We can hear you.
Can
So
you hear
Jack,
me,
what have you
Paul?
been up to? What's going on there? You got a huge family. You got all kinds of awards and everything.
Well, not many awards, but the family's good. Yeah. Yeah, they're doing fine. Two granddaughters at college. One's at Murray State, the other's at Mizzou. And I just wish they'd experienced the way we did, but they're doing all the virtual stuff just like everybody else.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a virtual world. We lived in a totally non-virtual world, didn't we?
Yep.
We didn't even know what it was.
It was an
Right.
analog existence.
Yeah.
Got a question for you. Got a question for you guys. Or a question for Jack. Jack, do you want to share with the rest of us what you used to do to me on the way back home every day?
He probably beat
rained.
him up. I bet he beat him up every day.
He needs to
No,
forget.
come on, Jack.
Well, we always
on.
walked home. We always walked home together. And if it happened to be raining and there was puddles and he'd be on the inside, I'd grab him, and if there was a puddle and a car coming by and it get him wet.
Well, at least you didn't throw him under the car.
It must have scarred him for life.
Gary,
What a great
Gary,
friend, Jack. Thanks a lot.
Gary injured me big time on the basketball court one time. There's a loose ball in the center. It was at a practice in junior high.
That's
We
right.
both are running
Yeah.
for the ball, and he both our foreheads collided, and I still have a scar right up here where Gary hit me that time. I was seeing stars that day.
So who's got the hardest head?
I think Gary must, because man,
No.
did you ever get injured on the basketball court, Jack? You ever get any sports injuries?
One time in practice, Jim Carr and I ran into each other, and I think my nose has been kind of crooked ever since. Yeah, but we survived it.
Every time I got near a round object in the air, I would cark my thumb. I hated those things. I hated volleyball. I hated basketball. I couldn't stand it.
You know, Jack, I tried one day to look up Bayless High sports statistics, and I couldn't find it. Have you ever found any statistics about sports on the internet?
I've got a scrapbook with a lot of Bayless statistics, and I just this morning mailed it to Jim Carr, who's not doing well. So
Oh, I'm
Whoa,
sorry to
what's
hear
wrong?
about Jim
Oh, there's
Carr.
Karen.
What's
And
going
Karen,
on?
we're glad to see you in here.
yeah,
Well, finally made it. Yeah, but I've got a tablet I'm not used to using because I don't have a camera on my computer.
Well, you're doing good. Tell us where you are. I know Jack's in St. Louis area there, and where are you?
I'm in Melville at Butler Hill and Lemay Ferry, sort of in a subdivision, right by Ferry.
Okay, we know where you are. Back to Jim
Between
Carr.
two-
How's-
I'm between two funeral homes, really close to both of them. Isn't that terrible?
Well, Jack and I were just talking about sports records, and Jack said he had a scrapbook of sports memorabilia, which doesn't surprise me. And I remember my best memory of sports was our track team was at Clayton High, Clayton High School. And there was one guy in the county who was the fastest guy in the county. Do you remember who I'm talking about, Jack?
At Clayton?
Wayne Herman.
Oh, he was at, no,
Yeah.
he went to Afton, Paul.
Afton, that's right. Afton, that's what it was. We were at Afton High for a track meet.
Yeah.
And so we line up for the quarter mile, right? And I know Wayne Herman's going to beat me in the quarter mile. I just know it because there's no way I can run as fast as that guy. So we go around the curve. No Wayne Herman. I expect him to go zooming by me. We go down the straightaway, still no Wayne Herman. We go around the final curve and still no Wayne Herman. And I crossed the finish line. And then for 5 seconds, I thought I was the fastest guy in the county. And then the guy who's running the race comes up and said, "Oh, we put the blocks in the wrong place. We had the blocks set for the half mile and we were running the quarter mile." So I had like 5 seconds of illusion that I was a fast runner, Jack set all kinds of sports records in high school.
Right.
Mhm.
Paul, your memory's slipping. Yeah,
Happens at our age, what can we say,
that's for sure.
But do you guys remember, Jack, you remember, if you played basketball or if you played baseball, you had to be on a track team. And I could not imagine anything worse than being on a track team, especially with this guy here who could run rings around me, because I ran quarter mile too and hated it beyond belief. He had no clue when I walked up to Tom Lombardo and said, "What do you want me to do?" He said, "Well, you're going to run the quarter mile." "Oh, thanks." And then I found out what the hell it was. Oh, Jesus Christ. This guy killed me every time. He was a runner. I
Who
was
was that?
nothing.
Who was that, Gary? Who killed you
Huh?
every time? Who killed you every time?
You were
Me?
good.
Yeah, it was amazing.
5 seconds.
I could never play baseball. I really wanted to play baseball, but I was never good at baseball, And then I got on the softball team in Austin, and I found out I was not a bad softball player, and they ended up making me the captain of the team, and we won the trophy at South by Southwest, and I still have this big softball trophy, but baseball, no way, Jack. I couldn't cut it on the I got cut every time I went out for baseball.
Hey, at least you went out. That's
Yeah, right.
There you go. There you go. Yep.
Well, everybody healthy?
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, we are here. You mentioned Jim Carr. What's with Jim?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was
Oh,
going to
yeah,
ask
yeah.
you about that.
He's-
Jim
He's
Carr.
been dealing with cancer for 6
Oh.
years.
Oh,
So-
man.
Didn't know that, Jack. That's a damn shame.
No.
And I don't know if he'd want me to mention it, but I am.
Yeah, I remember seeing Jim Carr at our last reunion, and he was telling me about, he was very successful in business. He had that
Yeah. Yeah.
that job with Hallmark. He had opened a
Yep.
whole chain of Hallmark stores all over. Where was he?
Yep.
Georgia or someplace like
Georgia,
that?
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to hear about Jim, man. I hope he does okay.
Yeah.
Have you
Now
talked
that
to
you
him
bring up
lately?
Jim Carr's name,
Have you
now
talked
that
to
you
him
bring up
lately?
Jim Carr's name, I want to know if anybody else remembers this from Jim Carr's father. See my hand?
Yeah.
Jim Carr's father would always walk up to me and take my little finger and bend it and hold it. Oh my God. Jim Carr's dad thought that was fun. No, it wasn't. Jeez.
That's a strange thing.
He was a great guy, but he always used to grab my little finger like that. Oh,
Yeah, you were really you really got picked on between that and Jack Newsom throwing you into those
Yeah.
puddles, man.
Nancy and Karen were always really nice to me, though.
They didn't have to walk home with you.
We were ladies.
That's right. Even back then.
Nancy, you still sewing the
Oh,
clothing?
yeah.
Yeah.
I'll always be. I'm dressing a really old doll right now, but I dress people too. I just did a wedding we had a wedding at Oakland and they were upset about, having to go for dress fittings and stuff. So I made the wedding party dresses as well as hosting the wedding at Oakland. So I think I'll always sew.
Good.
I don't sew anything modern though. I do all the old stuff.
Yeah, I remember.
I'll do all the costuming and I do for the state parks and for the local history houses here. And of course, Oakland always gets the best. So we do fashion shows with my closet, believe it or not. When we run out of subjects of things to do, we just go downstairs to my closet and brought out 6 or 8 of my gowns and all the accessories. We make $1,000 at a clip. So people love the shows, and we do men's shows. Have enough men's to do almost every war.
You don't put dresses on the men's though, do you?
No, the men have their own uniforms, but we have enough clothes from colonial time forward. And all the world wars and all the big changes and all the civilian clothes too. Because my second husband, he was in reenacting also. He was a Yankee. And then once you do that, then you're interested in all kinds of history. He did the Lewis and Clark Trail for the bicentennial of the Lewis and Clark. And they started out here in St. Louis in 2001 and ended up out on the coast at Fort Clatsop in 2003, and then did the full trip back with the 2 boats, the red and the white Perot and the 45-foot keel boat. And it's still in St. Charles if you ever go up to the riverfront in St. Charles.
All right, we got somebody new coming in now.
All of the boats are up there. That'd be a neat, fun thing if we do a reenactment. If we do a class reunion and we want to have a side trip.
Jan Hoffman, welcome.
So,
It's Jan Weber. Come on. We know
Jan
Jan
Weber
Weber.
Hoffman.
here she is.
Yeah. I was watching a basketball game, sorry.
What game were you watching?
The zoo, we won.
Yeah.
How are
I
they
was
doing?
watching that too.
They won.
Oh, good.
That's why I was late.
Jan, are you still in Lee Summit?
I sure am. Sure am.
Good.
Yep. Live in Raintree. Love it.
There you go. Yeah. By the way, Raintree Chiropractic and Medical down at Ward and 150. Well, you guys wouldn't know, but if you got back problems, they are fantastic.
Are they?
They're my chiropractor.
Good.
There you go.
You still live here?
And by the way, I think Paul is the only one here that's one of my clients. I wonder why there's not more of you that are my clients.
Yeah, I was a client. You gave me some good advice. I got some good medical set up, man. Yeah, you should have more.
I've been after news
clients.
forever, but he wants to continue working. What can I say?
Because 2 of my sons work for Edward Jones. 2 of my sons
Good.
financial advisors, so I'm all taken care of.
Excellent.
Sorry,
Well, if you need
family
Medicare
comes
Advantage,
first.
I'm the guy.
Did you move, Gary? Did you move to your farm?
Yeah, we're down, like I was telling the guys, about halfway between Harrisonville and Clinton. Got a little 30-acre place. She's got her horses down here, and I walk out there and look at them every once in a while.
Do you ride horses, Gary?
No.
I would, man. If I was you, I'd be riding those horses.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, no. I know, Nance. Yeah, I know that, but no.
I used to ride Tom
I used to
Myers
help
horses.
move. I used to help move cattle on a really nice cow pony, but damn thing took me under a thorn tree one day and damn near killed me. And I said, "That's it. I ain't doing that no more.
Yeah.
I'm a dog guy, and I'm staying with dogs."
I horse sat for some people for a couple of weeks.
Oh, there's your cat. Okay,
Horrible
One of
animal.
them.
I hate those things. They're
Beautiful.
stupid things.
beautiful.
Dangerous, miserable things.
Tom Meyer had a horse, and we used to ride his horse.
Yeah.
Yeah. Too big, too dangerous, and stupid. That's what makes them dangerous. They're just dumb.
You don't know danger when you're a kid. You just do it.
Oh,
That's
well,
true.
we had a
That's
great
true.
place to live, Nancy.
Yeah, on the
That's right.
farm. It was unusual to have a farm that close
Yeah,
to the rest of the city. It was one of the last left there
Mhm.
until Highway 55 came and took it.
right. I spent,
It was great.
Okay.
so,
Yeah.
I just exchanged emails with Tom yesterday. He had heard that
Okay.
Bayless was doing well in basketball and I didn't know it. So, well, we were looking it up, see how we could figure out what was going on. So I think they're doing okay. I don't know.
Speaking of basketball, I ask this question every time I get Jack Newsom and Gary Wolves in a room. Did Bayless High School's basketball team ever play against Crystal City and Bill Bradley in a game?
No.
No,
Okay, I get the same answer every time. I guess that settles it.
Just because you think you'd quit asking.
Because I thought, for some
Thank you,
reason, I
Nancy.
thought in my mind that we had played Bill Bradley, Crystal City at one point, maybe in the state finals or something. Did we ever make it to the
Nancy?
state finals?
No.
No.
No, no.
Okay.
Nancy, to answer your question, as we get older, we sometimes forget we've asked that same question many times.
You guys must be older than us girls because we just lie and we don't get older.
Yeah. Next time I see you, I'll probably ask the same thing.
First part of the meeting, but Paul, have you survived this terrible weather?
Yeah, I was telling Patrick and Rich that a week before the big chill hit Texas, and it was a big chill for us. You know, we don't have the infrastructure to survive something like this down here. So a week before it happened, I dug about 1,000 feet of trenches out in my property out in Bastrop and put in a 3,000 gallon water tank and a pump, and I spent like 10 grand on this whole new water system, and it carried me through all my neighbors, everyone in the county was out of water, and I was like pumping water, and neighbors were coming to my door saying, "Can you fill my jugs?" And I was filling up people's jugs all week, helping them out. But we had water and we had power, but we didn't have internet, and if I had to choose between those three things, I think internet would be dead last in a freeze like we had, because I could do without internet for a week, but not water and power. But now we have a beautiful sunshiny day for the first time in 6 or 7 days. We're out of the woods kind of,
For us, that sub-zero weather is fairly normal, but over the summer, it got up over 100 here, and people were just falling out. Nobody has air conditioning. There's hadn't been any reason for it. For years, if it got to 80, people were starting to worry. And man, last summer got over 100. It was bad. It was really bad.
Yeah, Texas went into full blown collapse. I mean, it was sad. It was bad all over for a week.
Sub-zero is, well, it's chilly.
Where do you live?
I live in Potsdam, New York. We're right on the Canadian border, so.
How many of us? I can only see 5. How many people are on this meeting?
There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 8. There's 8 on the meeting.
See that many? Let me see here. Maybe I need to
I can't see everybody.
full
Well,
screen.
Rich, I saw you at the airport.
Okay.
Yeah, that's been a few years
I think
ago.
You were going to Colorado, I think, or somewhere out west.
Yeah, we might have been. What was it? Summertime? Was
I
it
think
like
so.
around July? Yeah, we were going out to Vail for 4th of July. We stayed out there.
Jan, go up to the upper right-hand corner of your screen and pick gallery view, and then you'll see everyone. Choose gallery view.
Got to get rid of this.
It's in the upper right-hand corner where it says view. You click on view, and then it says
There you go.
view and gallery view. Just click on gallery view. You'll see the whole crowd.
Well, I have this thing over it. I can't. It says Bayless High Virtual Class Reunion. I can't get rid of that.
What are you on? What device?
Apple?
A what?
Apple?
Apple what?
What is it? Bob?
Desktop or laptop?
I don't know. I'll get my husband. He'll help me.
By the way, Bayless is 12-5 right now.
That's great. Great record.
Get me the.
And that's in basketball? or football? Is
Yes,
it in
in
football or
basketball.
baseball?
No.
We had a great
No,
football
that's
team, you
basketball.
know? Our football team was the best.
Yeah.
Hey, let me tell you about football. European football is that round ball. Bayless has a soccer team now. I saw a state tournament 4 or 5 years ago that Bayless played in, and I got the program that listed everybody's name. I could not pronounce any of the Bayless soccer boys' names. They're
That's why
all
they were
from the
good.
Middle East. There's nobody from St. Louis.
Well, the whole school
Crazy.
really. The whole school is pretty much
Yeah.
non-American anymore. What do you want to call
What
it?
is
I
it,
guess. You know.
Bosnian?
Bosnian.
Yeah.
And they're,
Back
but
when
they-
we were, go ahead.
What
But
caused
they've-
that
they've
demographic
raised the
shift?
academic, they've saved Bayless and Afton. They really have.
Yeah.
So,
Well, back when we were in school, it was like German, English. That was it. I talked to Soup back when we had our athletic thing. 23 languages are now spoken by Bayless students. That is amazing to me.
I think we all spoke one language. I don't think there was a single person with another language back in our day.
Yeah, there was one
No.
young woman from, oh shucks.
Yeah.
It was like Cuba or whatever. She
Anna
Oh,
was
yeah,
Shannon.
yeah.
Hispanic.
Anna?
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Anna, yeah.
Mhm. She was
Remember we
just on an
had-
exchange though for a short time, wasn't she?
What's that?
She was an exchange just for 2 years.
Believe so.
Could have
Anna
been.
Canis.
But I remember we had a prom party because she had never been to a prom. So we had a prom party for her. I don't know if it was our last, well, she would have been a regular prom, but maybe it was after, I don't know. But I remember everybody got dressed up and
She was only there 2 years.
yeah, did she stick around afterwards or something?
No,
Were
I
we
think
with
she
her?
went back. That's why I think she is, I think she was an exchange student.
Oh, okay.
Because when we were setting up the classes during the summer, I remember her being imported in, and that was probably our sophomore year. I used to go up and work in the office because I was with Ann Wilding, and they'd be setting up the classes, who was where. And I remember her name being added into our group, into our class.
Did she graduate?
Does it say so in our book? I don't remember her in our
Think so.
graduation
Yes,
class.
that's her right there.
Did she graduate? Was
Can you
she
see
there
it,
for
guys?
our senior year?
Yeah.
Think so.
I couldn't remember.
It looks like she was. This is our senior year yearbook.
Yeah, there you go.
I think she was in front of me, or
She spoke English though.
because she was,
Yes.
She spoke English.
I was a very short person and so was she.
Costa Rica,
Costa
Costa
Rica.
Rica, huh?
Can Karen hear us?
Yep, there you are.
Can Karen hear us? So she's just looking like she's confused.
I'm to all of you guys.
Hi, Karen.
Do we know this girl?
Just keep talking.
Oh, my goodness, yeah.
Huh? What do you say? huh?
Yeah, well, things
Isn't
happen.
she a pretty guy? Oh, okay.
Things happen.
I can find all of you now. I've got it here, guys.
Oh, yeah, I kept my books.
I wonder where Kathy Seamer is. She was here last time.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Nicole had a,
yeah.
You know who's not here, was going to try and be here is Sandy Vogt Whalen.
Ah.
Yeah.
Gonna try to make it. Maybe I'll give her a call. I'm going to mute myself.
Have
and
you
call
all
her up.
talked to her recently? Have you
No.
all talked to her at all?
I had
Let me give you a clue.
yeah.
And I don't think she'll mind me saying this, okay? She had kind of a mini stroke that really affected her vision. So
Mhm.
she was almost blind for a while. Now it's coming back. I've
Yeah.
spoken with her maybe 5 times in the last year. She's in great spirits. She and her husband are in a facility up in Iowa someplace.
You're-
And in
Kewanee,
good
Illinois.
health, probably better health than her husband, but her vision is being restored. She's in great spirits. And she had mentioned to me, if I ever talk to anybody in the class, send her love. She misses you all.
God.
Hmm.
Yeah, I don't think she ever expected to get that vision back. I was surprised.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, yeah, I think the same. Yeah, yeah. And she has good days and bad days, you know. But hell, I lose my keys 3 times a day too, you know.
As long as you're not hiding your own Easter eggs.
Oh, wait a minute. Have we had Easter yet?
Oh, you missed it? Yeah, it's already passed.
Oh, gosh darn. Okay.
Well, I tried to call Sandy, but I don't have a good number for her, so I couldn't get through. But she wanted to be in here today. I know she emailed me and said she was going to try and make it, but I don't have any way to reach her.
If I got a number.
Guys, just ask. I have everything at my fingertips.
Call her.
Yeah, give her a call and see if she needs help. We can help talk her in here maybe.
She needs help, that's for sure.
And you being a PhD engineer can get her in here.
Well,
for sure.
almost. Well, crap. Where the hell's her number? Thought I had it.
I don't have it either.
Yeah, I have a number for her in
You had
Davenport,
it last
Iowa,
week,
but it
Gary.
doesn't
You
work.
lost it. You had it last week. You lost it. It went with Easter.
I think it's a 306 number, but gosh darn it, it should be right here. Oh, damn. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry.
That's okay. That's all right. Who else couldn't make it today that was going to try and make it? No, you got to, no, that's not
Hey,
it.
Paul, I think it's pretty cool that you got this kind of figured out to do it like once a month. That'd be kind of neat.
Yeah, yeah.
Because
Yeah, I
you probably
gotta
get different people in each time, possibly, so.
Yeah, work on getting some more people in here. You know, and I only have emails for 60 people in our class, and I
For
think
Sandy.
I think about 20 people in our class are no longer with us, you know? So we're probably down to about 80.
No, it's not that bad.
Not that bad?
It's not that bad, I don't think. I don't
It's
think so.
close, maybe 18.
Hi,
so,
Sandy. This
something
is
like that.
Nancy. We are on Zoom right.
All right.
Hey, so Paul. are
Hi,
Get her
Sandy.
number.
This is Nancy
Who-
Grundig,
Okay.
Herndon,
Who
whatever
was-
you know me as. We're doing a Zoom class with the class of 63 Bayless. And we're on right now with, through Paul Wallace. He sent a link. Can you maybe give Paul a call, or do you want to join us? Or answer me back on this line? Thank you. Bye.
Nance. Oh, okay. Nance, what's your number? What's your
My
number?
number? Or the one for
No,
Sandy?
hers.
309
That's right.
368
368
6162. And don't forget, you got it from me. You didn't have it.
Well, since we're talking about folks, I've been talking to Terry Hanley from time to time down in Florida. The bum keeps
He
telling me
was
how he's
supposed-
sitting on the beach enjoying the sun while we're all sucking up the snow. But anyway,
He was supposed
he
to
and his
make it
wife are
today.
having a blast down there. Say again?
He was supposed to make it here today. I got an email from
Yeah,
him,
yeah.
and he may be trying to make it and can't. I don't know.
I like snow, so I
George
don't want to be on the
Rapley.
beach.
George Rapley and his wife live right in around St. Louis also. Talked to them a couple of times in the last year. Whom else have I talked to?
How are Sandy and George? Because we used to see them at the park walking, but I haven't seen them in quite a while.
Oh, okay. Well, he's in great spirits. And his wife is just bubbles on the phone. I mean, she's so excited. They're having a blast. I keep trying to move them out in the country, but they want to stay closer into the city. Whom else am I talking to?
I see
Yeah, there's
Jerry
some
Wolf
fucking
all the
loser.
time. Jerry Wolf.
Say again?
Jerry Wolf, remember?
Oh, really?
Yeah, she's Jerry.
Oh,
Akiki. I know
you bring up
tried to
Jerry
take-
Wolf's name?
You tried to take
Nancy,
her
shame
award
on
at
you.
graduation.
Yes. You remember that?
But you tell the story when we get together, so I remember that. But she's with me up at
Oh,
Oakland. There are 4 Bayless graduates that are at Oakland House that I see all the time.
Oh, God. That was so embarrassing. Oh, jeez.
Well, tell the people that forgot it.
Okay. Graduation, okay? We're in the, what the hell you call those damn things? The seats?
The risers.
Stands?
The risers.
Risers, yeah. And I'm darn near falling asleep. And they start going through all the awards and they get to the art award. And I'm kind of like, dozing a little bit. And I hear, "You're a wolf." Holy cow, did I win something? So I get up, I start walking, and I see Jerry Wolf getting up to walk down to get her award. And I sort of just sat down real quick.
There's someone named Gail.
Embarrassed. Unbelief. Oh, God.
There's
Thanks
someone
for asking
named,
me to tell a story.
there's
Thank
someone
you.
named Gail trying to get into the meeting and I can't get her in for some
We
reason.
only had one, Gail Eggendorfer.
Yeah.
Yeah, who's now a Gail Agnew?
No, it's Gayle, it says.
Oh,
Gail.
Eggendorfer was GAIL.
No,
Yeah.
Gail Eggendorfer.
She
no.
has never answered us. Never
Her-
has.
Is that Freilic's wife?
Oh, Gail Freilich? Yeah, it could
Yeah,
be.
Gail's trying
Yeah.
to get in, but
That's who it is, I bet.
yeah. Does anyone have her number? They can give her a call and tell her we'll tie her in.
yeah.
We get
Gail who?
Rick
You mean
Fraley.
Eggendorfer or,
Really?
Freilich.
oh, Freilich? I don't have that. It's in the book. I don't have a modern number. Maybe I do. Maybe I do.
I got it.
Got it?
Jack knows. Jack and Rick are running buddies. Jack knows how to get a hold of them.
Here. You want to call her, Paul? Or
No,
to
you
help
you
her?
call her. You call her.
I'll call Rick. Let's see.
He's probably using her email address.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
he
probably
does.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, he's probably using her account.
Who's the most computer literate, Rick or Gail?
I don't want to go there. Hey, Rick,
Remember, they're both our age.
trying to get in that Zoom call. Okay.
Man, you're making me thirsty, Gary. I'll be right back. I gotta go
Some-
get some. drink.
Y'all want to write this down if you don't have it? George Rapley's number, I've got it. Let me know when you're ready.
Okay.
Okay.
314-846-2799.
Well, I'm sitting on here. I'll call you afterwards. I'm on it right now, so I'll call you. Bye. Yeah. He made a failed attempt and he's not going to try. So
You probably saw who was calling.
Jack, what's his number, Jack?
I just talked to Rick. Oh, you want his number?
Yes, please. I've lost it.
314-629-6463.
Thanks, buddy.
What's the deal? Are they trying to get in, Jack?
No, he wasn't.
I got an email saying Gail was trying to join the meeting. But that was 3 hours ago. Okay, I
No,
see.
I can't imagine. I don't know.
Paul,
Yes.
you want to fix my email address? It always goes to my wife's computer.
What do you mean fix your email address?
Yeah, you always send it to my wife's computer. Let's see if I can make this work. It's backwards. Why is it backwards?
Oh,
the
you mean
camera's
fix it
backwards.
in my records? Yeah, just
Yeah,
tell me
fix it
what
in
it
yours.
is. Read it off to me.
Okay, it's PAT_LUPPENS
Okay,
at twcny.org.
Who?
TWC, Time Warner
TWCNY.org.
Communications in New York and Roadrunner.
Okay.
And
TWCNY, like Tango Whiskey Charlie.
Yeah.
November Yankee at .org. Okay, got it.
No, it's .rr.com.
Oh, .rr.com. Okay.
Yeah, it's the North Country. Can't help it. It's like that up here. Weird.
All right.
Did you
I'll fix
hear?
that.
Did you hear Mr. Paul Wallace read that off in military phonetics? Huh? Did you hear that?
I'm a ham radio operator, Gary. I got my general class license and I got the
Yeah,
equipment to
it's the same
prove it
thing.
over here.
I don't know if it was military or not.
That's ham
That's-
radio.
that's
I
military.
get that from ham radio.
I wouldn't have known.
Got to tell you a fast story, just a real quick story. Being an independent insurance contractor, I work with a lot of people, okay? Humana is a big company that I work with. All people in Humana who are on the phone know military phonetics. Thank God we can talk. I talked to another lady from a different company 4, 5, 6 months ago. She asked me for my email address, just like we talked about Pat's, right? I said, well, do you know phonetics? And she said, well, yeah. Okay, here it goes. My email address is Golf November Whiskey. She says, whoa, 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 whoa. How do you spell whiskey?
Oh, no.
It's on the bottle.
I laughed about that for 6 months. Oh, God. Okay. I'll shut up now.
Yeah, she was going to go golf, GOLF, whiskey, WH.
Wait a minute, didn't she watch any of the World War II movies? All the old movies they have them.
That's right.
Yeah, that's better.
And Sandy Trends was going to try to get in here, but she's not here. I wonder if she had some issues.
Sandy who?
Sandy Trends?
Was Finnegan,
Finnegan, yeah.
Sandy
Oh.
Finnegan.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you know her? Do you hang out with her, Nancy?
I don't, I just know the names because I was, putting the lists together for the reunions and stuff. But I don't have anything unusual with her, no.
She didn't make it to our reunion, but she did email me saying she was going to try to make it in here, but I haven't heard from her since. That
Is she in the
was-
St. Louis area?
She is, yeah.
Oh, I'll have to go look up her address then.
She's a realtor in St. Louis.
Yeah, I remember that.
Who is that now?
Sandy Finnegan.
Finnegan.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, sure.
So I got a question. There was a guy, Tim something, I can't remember his last name.
Tim Ayers.
Tim Ayers.
Okay,
He is a runner.
Track?
Yeah.
Tim Ayers, yeah.
Yeah, short guy,
Yeah.
kind of short. Yeah.
Mhm.
right.
I
yeah.
can tell a story about Tim. He used to have a crush on me.
Okay.
like, in 6th grade. He liked me. for some reason.
Oh,
And I was always so tall and he's so short, And so he had somebody, he had 2 other boys carry him basket style around the playground. And they'd chase me and try and catch me so he could kiss me. He never did. That was-
Did you outrun him?
I guess so.
Is
How the
Tim
fuck?
alive? Either Tim or his sister died.
I think Tim.
oh,
did.
yeah.
Tim or his
Yeah,
sister
I think
died.
so. I think I heard that. Yeah.
Hey, who remembers those dinners we had back in elementary school, like chicken dinners or spring dinner or something?
That was junior high,
Junior high? Why
junior
did-
high.
Why
No.
did you do that? What was it for?
Was raising money or something like that. And we kids had to wear black
I know.
slacks or skirts and white blouses and we had to serve it.
Yeah, but I didn't know why we had to do it. I didn't.
I guess it was to
Oh.
raise funds for the class.
Okay.
It was traditional at the school. And when you got to that age,
Yeah.
you did it. I remember serving those dinners, yeah.
Yeah.
It was in the oldest building that's gone now.
In the elementary, is that gone?
Gone?
Wait a minute, not the elementary.
tore it
that was-
down?
The
hold it,
one I went to was in the multipurpose room at the elementary.
I'm
Yeah.
talking about junior high when we were in the oldest building that was there and
Oh,
it's
that
gone.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The very
yeah.
oldest one.
Wow.
That's
Okay.
where I remember.
By the way-
serving.
You bring up a couple of things. You'll know the name Sally Ware, W-E-A-R.
That sounds
Everybody
familiar.
nodding?
Yeah.
Sally is the communications point for the Alumni Association.
Right.
Oh,
And if
yeah.
you aren't
Oh, yeah.
getting anything from her, contact Bayless High School and get Sally Ware's contact information. She will send you stuff as to what the heck's going on at Bayless. And every once in a while, you'll hear about us losing people, or maybe this, that, or the other. She's a great contact there at Bayless.
Just send it to the address, the school address with her name on it,
Yeah, that's
and she
exactly,
automatically
that's true.
gets it.
Yeah. Yep. Great gal. I've learned so much today, guys. Thank you very much.
Yeah, I just got this in the mail. It's from,
Yeah.
it's from her, Sally, Sally Ware, it says, and then it's got
Yep.
It's probably for the
class of-
scholarship fund.
class of
Scholarship,
63 people who are no longer with us on the back there.
Yeah. Yep.
It's a newsletter once a year.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yep, I just sent her a alumni dues check.
I sent her, what was it, a class donation? But, I
For
don't think it's
scholarship.
a scholarship fund. I just sent for that, but
Yeah.
there was no form in there. Usually there was a form for your annual dues. Now that you mention it, I don't think I saw anything with that.
I haven't either.
Yeah, because
Yeah, I
that
haven't
usually
done the
kind of come
scholarship for
together.
a while. Okay, okay.
I
I just
think
sent her
that
a check
comes-
every January. Okay.
Yeah. The scholarship fund, but I don't know anything about I guess, thank you for reminding us. I guess it's time to just send it in on our own.
So
Yeah, that's what I did. Yeah.
What are the dues? They were $20 a year. Is that what they still are?
20 bucks. yeah.
Okay. Okay.
So I'm just curious, we can go around the room here and where did everyone go right after high school? The first place you went after high school? Start with Pat.
You mean for school or fun or
After
what?
you graduated from Bayless High, where did you go first? Where did you head off to and why did you go there?
I
Take
went
and
to
shake?
University after,
Say again, Pat?
I went to Washington University for a year.
All right, great school. All right. How about you, Gary? Where did you go first thing after high school? Besides Steak and
University of
Shake.
Missouri at Rolla. I went to Rolla.
And Rich?
Started out as a junior college. In fact, the first semester, the campus out there on Merrimack wasn't even open. So we went to Roosevelt High School at night, the first semester.
Yeah.
And then I got into the commercial art program out there. And then from there, I transferred to Washington University, and then I graduated in their art program.
All right, great school. My mom graduated from Washington U in art many years ago.
Yeah,
And
so that's how I spent my career, and some graphics of some sort all the time.
how about you, Nancy? What first thing out of high school?
Well, I had a scholarship from the Legal Secretaries Association in St. Louis. And my dad said, 4 years college, you don't need that. You're a girl, you'll get married and you'll waste it. So I took the 2 years at Brown's Business College and and I worked at Edison Brothers stores. And for one of the vice presidents, I had a great job at Edison Brothers. Ladies' shoes, Burt's, Bakers, Leeds, Chandler's, nationwide.
Yeah, you
That's
didn't miss out on
interesting.
anything. You did not
One of-
miss out.
One of the places I worked was a fixture manufacturer, and they were exclusive to that company as far as making all the fixtures for the stores.
Are there what?
Walter's Zimmich was the name of the company. And it was, again, fixtures for Edison Brothers.
Oh, for Edison, for our display rooms.
Yeah,
For the
yeah, for
display
all the
rooms.
stores, all the stores.
I love.
So I was a
working there. There
designer. I was a designer with them for a while, for about close to 10 years.
I'll be darned.
Then I got into trade show. I was in trade show for about 19.
Well, you probably had a good life.
Sounds
Yeah.
like you both had great lives. How about you, Karen? Where did you jump off?
I
to
started
after high
working,
school?
I worked at Crestwood Bank
All right.
Yeah.
And
In the-
Jan?
department.
Jan?
Oh, me?
Yeah,
I went-
you.
I
Yeah,
went to
where'd you
college.
go to besides Steak and Shake? with
Wake
Gary?
up, Jan. Come on.
Southeast Missouri State. I went. and decided to be a teacher. So
Ah,
And Jack Newsom, didn't you go to play guard at North Carolina or something like that after high school?
Not quite. But I did go to Mizzou, and believe it or not, I went to school with Bill Groth from kindergarten all the way through college.
wow.
That's right.
He went
Yeah.
down to Mizzou as well, and we actually ended up rooming down there for one
Mhm.
semester, I think, in an apartment. It was memorable. We won't talk about it though.
I went to Mizzou for 1 year, and then I transferred to University of Illinois. And
Okay.
I just wanted to get into computer science so bad. I heard U of I had that. Not many places had that back then.
Well, we had it if in engineering you have a deck of cards and a punch,
Yeah, that's what we had back then.
and it was Fortran
Yeah.
only.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
And you went on to be a tech guy, didn't you, Jack? You became a tech guy.
well, I got a degree in engineering, but I was in sales my whole life, and that's what I wanted to do.
Mhm.
So
Yep.
Yeah.
You know, it's funny, Jack, both of us being engineers. I was an engineer for almost 17 years. And when they closed the plant in Lee Summit, and by the way, guys, I'm walking through the lobby at AT&T in Lee Summit, and in the front door comes this Yahoo. He walks in. I cannot believe he came to our location, but what a surprise to see Jack Newsom walk into AT&T in Lee Summit. But when they closed that plant, what was I gonna do? Oh,
Sales.
a buddy of mine says, you ought to be an insurance salesman.
Sales.
All my buddies who were engineers said, you can't sell. You're an engineer, for God's sake. Jack, huh?
well,
Isn't
Jack, what
sales
was
fun?
Jack, what was your biggest
know.
sale as a salesman? What was your biggest sale?
well, I'm 5 million. I don't know.
What?
I sold a lot to AT&T, so everything I sold took a while, and it was big.
So 5 million, what was it that they bought for $5 million?
Well, I've sold a number of things to them. One, if you ever used their voicemail, I sold that to them. And then I sold network management software and security software to both US and down in Mexico. So I miss Mexico. I really miss Mexico. That's all I got to say.
You lived in Mexico or just visited there?
No, I'd go down to Mexico City a lot.
Yeah.
For that. But anyway, AT&T was I'll call it a great relationship.
What year did you retire? Or did you? Maybe you're still working there.
No, I'm not 2019.
Recently, that's pretty recent.
Yeah.
You hung in there a long time, Jack.
Well, I love it. I mean, yeah,
Mhm.
it's calling on friends kind of thing.
So how many years were you with that outfit?
Oh, no, I was with multiple outfits.
Yeah.
What would happen is, well, one thing would lead to another. It wasn't a plan, just worked. And I was going to say the one thing I did learn at college is that I never wanted to be an electrical engineer again. So
Okay.
I only stayed in it to get out. But it worked out. Everything.
Where was you?
We're all blessed. Huh?
Did you have an office in St. Louis somewhere?
Towards the end, it was always working out of the house and then going wherever I had to go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good deal, man. Sounds like you had an extraordinary career in sales.
Well, it was good. It was good. That, everybody's probably had a good career. Fortunate.
Or many.
Amen.
I think I closed 5 companies. Oh, geez.
Oh. That wasn't because of you, was it?
Could have been.
Okay.
Well, I worked at Semitech for a while. That was my biggest
Mhm.
sale, and I did about 8 to 10 million a year in computer and network sales to them. And they sent me to on a trip to the Caribbean, to the what's the name of that place down in the Caribbean? Everybody's been there.
Cancun
No, no, in the Caribbean.
in the Caribbean.
It was in the Tom Cruise movie, you know, The Firm. That was where they had that.
Oh, yeah,
movie.
yeah.
And I stayed at that same hotel, but I sold a lot of computers. Semitech was our semiconductor consortium in Austin, and it was made up of the 12 biggest semiconductor companies in the country, Intel and all these other companies. And I shared an office with a guy named Bill Noyce. Has anybody ever heard of Bill Noyce?
Yes.
Who's Bill Noyce, Jack?
Well, I was one of the high-tech companies, and I want to say it wasn't Microsoft.
No, he founded Intel.
Intel, that's what.
He founded Intel, and what an amazing guy that was. You know, he built that company. So I had a good tech career too. I had a great time in Austin. Austin is exploding now. Austin has Elon Musk here. He's building this truck factory. We've got Joe Rogan. You probably haven't heard of him, but he's like the biggest podcaster in the world. He just got a $100 million deal with Spotify. And this town's exploding with tech now. It's just unbelievable. And there's no
How many cars do you see with California license plates?
lots. You could tell.
Yeah.
You can tell not by their license plates, but how they drive.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
They're terrible drivers.
Well, it's like Kansas. Kansas sucks too. Oh, Jesus.
The Californians are fleeing the fires and coming here. Apparently, I'm friends with a realtor, and she said they're buying houses sight unseen. They buy them online.
Really?
They buy them online. Don't even care what they look like. And the thing is, up here, most of these places. I live in a fairly new house, and it was finished in '60. And this is a new house. Most of them are over 100 years old. The thing across the street is 125 years old. So they buy these houses. And when you buy a house up here, you better have some change in your pocket. I spent 65 fixing this joint up.
Wow.
The kitchen needed to be redone. I've done the roof twice now. By the way, the weather is hell on roofs. Holy cow.
Oh, yeah.
I had it rebuilt once and it didn't work out. And I just put a membrane roof on, and the guy guaranteed me this one won't leak. But the snow comes and then it melts and then it freezes and it breaks everything up. So it's really, really difficult. But the houses up here, and people are just buying them, and some of them are really pretty rough.
Yeah, it's the same.
The village are really rough because they don't have the zoning guy coming around and yelling at people.
Okay.
But
Same thing in Austin, Pat. Same thing in Austin. These Californians come here and they buy these little houses and they say, "Man, I got this great deal. I got this house for 500,000. I could never get that in California, and it's incredible. It's got a backyard. It's got a backyard." And you know, we think prices are high here. These Californians, they come here and they think, man, they've entered the land of milk and honey and paradise when they get here.
Your prices will go up.
Yeah.
With California coming in, your prices will go up.
They will, yeah. They are going up
Probably going up now.
as we speak.
Yeah.
They're going up, Nancy.
You've got a gigantic lawn which needs to be cut a lot, and it's a big house, but still, we didn't pay that much for it, but we had to put a lot of money into to get it straightened out. And everything needed to be updated. The kitchen, everything was a mess.
Yeah.
I work with a guy who he lives in Berlin, New York, which is like east of Albany.
Yeah.
He's got a big place up, and you can see the mountains in the background. I mean, it's beautiful. In fact, he sent some pictures. He put it on Facebook of the snow up there, and he's got a driveway. I said, "Is that a street or a driveway?" He said, "No, that's my driveway."
Yeah.
Woo.
lot of
Let me
people-
go around the room again with another question. And the question is, what is your experience with social media, starting with Pat Lupins? And we'll go around the room, okay?
Wouldn't touch it with a 10-foot pole. I do Zoom, but that's not social media. No Facebook, no Twitter, no Snapchat, no, what's the rest of it? I tried Facebook for about 5 minutes and I said, no way. And I closed it out. I won't go near it, won't touch it.
Well, okay. Rich social media, Rich Fava, social media.
I'm on Facebook mainly because of the grandkids, just to kind of keep up with them. My wife's on it all the time, so I kind of catch up from her as to what's going on, or I'm copied when she's copied. But other than that, I don't do much on it.
Gary Wool's social media. Are you a social media guy?
I never did anything until about this last year. And then it's been kind of fun. Nancy and I throw stuff back and forth every once in a while. Newsom and I do too. You don't want me to get in politics, guys, but that's typically what I'm doing back and forth in social media, and grandkids too, like Rich, because Jerry's daughter and her family are still up in Kansas City. I rarely get to see them anymore unless it's on Facebook, and so we're having fun with that.
Yeah, we're going to keep politics out of here because we want to have a clean show, Gary. We want to have a clean show. Go ahead, Rich.
Come on now.
One other thing I'm on a lot, because I cycle a lot, is there's a site called Strava. And it's just a place where you can, if you do a ride or a run or a swim or something like that, you can put that in. And then people, just follow one another.
Yeah,
I did like
I'm on
5,000
Strava.
miles.
I would keep track of my bike rides on Strava.
Yeah.
How about you?
Never heard of that.
How about you, Nancy? You and social media, are you getting along with social media?
Unfortunately, yes, I don't like it. But I'm on there all the time. The kids, I have a grandson who has special needs. So my daughter didn't want her other son going to school in order to bring
What is that?
something home to him.
Lean
So,
forward.
I'm
Lean
on every
forward.
day with Zooming classes. And what does he have on that
Camera
one?
is backwards.
Oh, the rowing. Ah, cool.
Oh, right.
Oh, okay.
And then we know people all across the country from traveling with Civil War and Lewis and Clark.
Yeah.
So
All
then
right,
I have a
Jan.
son in Georgia. I mean, I'm on it way more. I was on Facebook a lot with all the politics, and I'll tell you, it is so ugly that I don't do any
Yes.
Facebook now unless it is Marketplace or my kids. You find
Okay.
the nicest people that you thought you knew are extremely ugly when it gets to politics. So I am sick of it.
Yes.
So I do
Yes.
Instagram. We have, Oakland has its own web page. So, we take a lot of reservations for events and, we have, if you want to see what I do, go to aftenoaklandhouse.com. But I'm on it more than I like, but I am sick of the people. Pardon me for saying.
Jan Weber Hoffman, how about you in social media?
Facebook for the grandkids, lots of Zoom for church and book club and you guys.
Oh,
And
Okay.
Karen Moore, you in social media?
I used to be on Facebook a lot when my grandsons were younger, but now that they're older, they're not there. My daughter quit sending pictures, so it's like, I just go in every once in a while to see if somebody's doing something or whatever.
okay.
And
It's
finally,
okay.
Jack Newsom, and then I'll say what I do on social media after Jack. Go ahead.
I got on Facebook originally because I got a really, really good friend that lives in New Zealand. And that was the only way I was going to see what his family was doing. But
Yeah.
I predominantly, I'm on it because we got a daughter in Denver. So it's pictures mostly. And that's what I enjoy. And beyond that, not much.
Well, I've got all of you beat because in 2009, the New York Times wrote an article about me and said I was the king of Twitter.
I remember that.
King of Twitter.
Remember that. You had the
And,
most followers.
And I've gotten a lot of mileage out of that. It wasn't true, but I got a whole lot of mileage out of that article. And then there were a whole bunch of other articles. And the reason I got that was because I went to a conference in Austin called South by Southwest, and they had TV screens all over the convention center with the Twitter feed, you know. And I got on that Twitter feed, and at the time I was an IT guy at the San Jose Hotel, a boutique hotel in Austin. So I jumped all over it and thought it'd be good for the hotel to have a social media presence, you know. So there you go. I beat you all in the social media thing. For what it's worth, about 2 cents.
Could I ask a question in the vein of Paul, what he has done? And I'm not going politics, guys.
No,
But
we'll
I'd
keep
be
it clean, Gary.
interested-
Keep it clean.
I will. I'd be interested to know from each of you, who do you watch on TV for national news? What channel do you watch?
I'll go first. I watch the late shows. I watch, Jimmy Fallon. I watch all those.
I'm talking
I watch the
news here,
I
Paul.
record
Come
all
on.
the opening monologues, and I watch about 10 minutes of each one. That's where I get my news. Go ahead, Gary. Toss it around.
I used to be a Fox guy. No, take it back. I used to be a CNN guy until I heard and fact checked it that the station manager, is that what would be called? In Baghdad, CNN's Baghdad station chief was taking money under the table from Saddam Hussein to televise reports that were favorable to the Saddam Hussein regime. I cut CNN off, went to Fox, sick and tired of Fox right now. One American News is the only thing I will watch. What can I say?
All right, we got to go around the room. Pat, where do you get your news?
I almost don't watch television. Almost never do. I kind of walk by. My wife likes to watch Rachel Maddow, and I kind of like her. I've watched her for as long as 5 or 6 minutes at a time. But I read the Washington Post. I get the New Yorker magazine. I read the New Republic. Atlantic. I read Atlantic. I read primarily because television annoys me. I think our children get ADHD from TV because it's blah, 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 and then commercial, and then something else happens, and then something else happens, and the whole thing is just so annoying. And I don't watch that. I don't do that.
Rich Fava, you in the news. Where do you get your news?
CBS and listen to NPR.
And Nancy?
Okay.
I'll have to say that I move around because I don't trust any of them. And when I see one story, and if it's something really important, I immediately flip around, and it's amazing. If you think you're getting the truth from anybody, you're crazy. It's just the same story within 10 minutes is reported in totally different prospects. So I watch, Newsmax, Fox, ABC, CBS, NBC, and I move around purposely on the same story to hear how it's being reported everywhere.
Jan Weber.
Interesting.
Jan
Quit
Weber.
watching news before the election, and I haven't
one?
watched it since. I just don't watch it. I read the Wall Street Journal, and that's about it.
And Karen Moore.
Can I say something real quick after Jan?
Yeah, it's your topic, Gary. Go.
I watched an hour's worth of election returns on election night. Since then, my wife and I have watched over 100 Hallmark movies. News sucks. But again, one American News for me. I'm sorry, Jen. I agree with you, dear.
Hey, guys, I hate to leave, but I got to go.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Hey,
have to
Jan,
leave
it's
too.
been great having you in here. We really enjoyed having you.
Thank you. I'll see you next month.
All right,
All right.
next month.
Yeah.
Nice
Sounds
meeting
good.
you.
Bye.
Yeah, bye, Jan.
Bye.
Bye.
I don't know if I can leave. Yeah, there I am.
And Jack Newsom, where do you get your
Well,
news? Comic books or what?
No, classic comic books. Yeah. Anyway, no, I'm kind of like Nancy. you know, I'll bounce around, but I get most of the news from the internet. I'll bounce around on different news feeds, but I don't believe any of them either. Or at least they're gonna put their spin on it. So that's the way it goes. But I've
Isn't
been
it
doing
sad?
a whole lot of reading. I read a lot. So
Yes.
You're reading right
And
now.
by the way, Jack
What
has
you
put me
reading?
onto some very good books. Thank you, Jack.
What are you reading, Jack? What do you recommend?
I'll read pretty much anything. I mean, right now I'm reading a new Grisham book.
Oh man, I love
Mm.
John Grisham. He's got some great books.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So
Has anybody done Baldacci?
I have.
We
You
didn't
like
What
understand
sport is
mysteries.
that? What
For
sport
Karen.
is that, Gary?
He's a mystery writer, but Baldacci is outstanding.
Yeah.
Read everything he has written. Very pleased with him.
Yeah, I think I
Karen.
mentioned earlier, I just got
Introduce
finished reading Green Lights by Matthew McConaughey, one of our Austin homeboys here. He's really great storyteller and a great life. And he never took no for an answer his whole life. The funniest story he told was when his parents, when he got out of high school in Austin, they sent him to Australia. And he landed with a family there that didn't let him do anything. He just stayed in his room for a year in Australia and read books and did nothing. And then he came back to UT here in Austin and he joined a fraternity. And for a year and a half, he kept his Australian accent that he had learned in Australia. And then one day, after a year and a half of talking to his fraternity brothers in Australia, and he just started talking like a Texan again, you know, and they say, "Were you making this? Are you making this up? Are you making this Texas accent up?" He said, "No, I've been fooling y'all for a year and a half."
That happens. I room with a guy from Australia and I was talking Aussie. It happens. Karen, we didn't hear from you on news.
Yeah, news, Karen.
Oh, in the mornings I have the CBS Morning News, and in the evening we do NBC, but it's there just for the noise. I don't really pay that much attention to it because, like you said, it's what it is. You have to guide it for yourself and find out
Yeah,
on your own what's you think is right and what's
Yep.
wrong.
that's right. Okay. Well, thanks, guys. I
Most of my
appreciate it.
time, when I'm on the computer, most of the time I do research. I do a lot on ancestry, and I've gone way back to my husband's side of the family.
Interesting. Interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, it's really hard because of my last name, Moore, but I have gone all the way back to Sir Thomas More with him.
Ooh,
Really?
Yeah, yes. And very interesting things that I found out. It's amazing
hmm.
to
I
Just go back.
envy you what you've done, Karen. My brother's wife had done complete ancestry on my dad's side, but nobody has done anything on my mom's side. And I need to do that. I think that would be fascinating. It turns out that on my side, mom's parents and my dad's parents, they all came from the Black Forest area in Germany. They lived about 20 miles apart, never knew each other in Germany, came to St. Louis, and bingo bongo, here I am. Go
My
figure.
right. Yeah.
my great grandparents came on the Titanic. They were German.
Came
And,
on the Titanic?
The Titanic, yeah. And they made it to the lifeboats because I guess they were first class passengers, you know, and
Oh my God.
and
Wait a minute, him too?
huh?
A male?
Yeah, a male, Dr. Frauenthal was his name. You
I
can
thought
look
the
it up
men
in
weren't
the
to get
ship's
into the boats
manifest.
until after all the women were in.
He grabbed a gal's mink coat and put it on and
I was gonna say, how did the man get in? I thought men were into,
I don't know. Dr. Henry Frauenthal was his name.
I
And
guess
then
because he was a
God.
doctor.
his wife and another Frauenthal, they made it to the lifeboats.
Now that's an interesting one.
Yeah.
And then to the Carpathia.
This whole conversation is fascinating. I've learned so much. Thanks, guys.
In 2000, my father organized a trip to Italy with 12 of us. There was I've got a bunch of stepsisters and half sisters and brothers and real sisters. And anyway, there was 12 of us. There were some nephews involved, nieces and nephews. But my father's family is from Italy, and they're from the Piedmont area, Asti, which is northern Italy. And so we went into Milan, and then we went over to Venice, and then Florence, and then we took a day trip to Asti. So we had like 12 cars meet us of different cousins. And then we went around and went to the village where my grandfather grew up, and then the village where my grandmother grew up. And then we went to the cemetery where a lot of my grandmother's relatives are buried. And then we went into Asti. It was fantastic. It was unbelievable. And it was kind of cute. It was before my grandmother passed away, and this was after my grandfather passed away. She would go over to Italy like every other year, and she had these albums of pictures, and a lot of these people that I saw in the album I was meeting for the first time, these cousins. And I mean, it was just phenomenal. I saw the church where my grandfather was baptized, and the house that he lived in, and same thing with my grandmother. And then I saw the church where they were married, and that was just phenomenal. It was unbelievable. It was a fantastic trip.
Yeah. Wow.
We ought to do one on just travel sometime, places that we've been, and
Yeah.
share that. That would be fun.
Yeah.
I loved in Rome where the steps are worn down, where the legions of soldiers would go up and down the stairs. They're worn away, stone.
Yeah, the Rialto Bridge in Venice is like that. It's
Yes.
all wore down.
I love Venice. Yeah. It was flooding when we were there. And it looked like they were putting picnic benches up in front of St. Michael's out in the square. Not like, that's really strange. And then
Wow.
that night when we were going back to the hotel, the waiters were in waiters. The waiters were in waiters. And pretty soon the water was shooting up in the stones in the street. And they put boards out on top of what looked like benches. And everybody was walking up on these benches because the water
Holy cow.
Venice is flooding. The floor is going down. I'm sure you know about that, Rich. But
Yeah. Well,
it was amazing.
they just
amazing.
finished up that dam type thing. I don't know what it's called, if it's a dam, but it's submerged. But then when there's a flood, it comes up and they can
Well,
block the channel.
it's
of the
all
water.
on wooden poles that have been put down into the bottom
No,
of
I'm
the
talking
sea.
about the dam,
Oh, the dam.
dam that they built. So it's submerged most of the time, but then when it starts flooding, they can raise it up
Oh, I see what you're talking about. Okay.
and then stop the flooding.
Yeah, Venice was so neat. So neat. Yeah. Oh, well. Florence too, though.
Oh yeah, that was cool. I was lucky being in the trade show industry. Got to travel a lot with that to different countries, or not countries too much. Most of my clients were in the United States, but just on like conventions all over the United States, and I've been to Hawaii and that type of thing quite a few times.
You must have a very impressive collection of swag if you've been to all those trade shows. Hats, t-shirts, lanyards. You must have
Oh
must
yeah,
have a room full of swag there, Rich.
yeah. It's all in a trash can now. I don't. Yeah, but it was a fun time. It was a neat industry to be in. And right now, I mean, they're just annihilated right now with
Oh, yeah.
COVID.
Yeah.
The whole hospitality
Yeah.
industry is just stopped. It's horrible.
Yeah, the
There's so
trade
many
shows have
people-
By
gone-
the way, you guys bring up COVID. Anybody have their shots?
Not
I
yet.
have-
We're waiting.
just
We're
one.
waiting.
I've just had the one shot.
I
My
had
wife's
the
getting
fir-
one next
I-
week, but
I had the first.
I've got a little metallic thing that I keep next to my bed there. If anybody tries to give me one of those shots, they're gonna get a shot from one of those. I am not doing shots, guys. Ain't gonna happen.
Well, Jack, you've got
Seen too
one. How'd
much
you get
crap
yours?
about that.
Yeah, I got one.
Yeah, you know?
A lot of you know Linda Bomarito or Linda, I don't know what her
Mhm.
maiden name was. Anyway, she cuts my hair. So after she cut my hair, she said, "You get your shot." I said, "No." And she said, "Well, call SSM in St. Louis."
Call where? SSM?
SSM.
And I had registered with a bunch of them. And she said, if you had a doctor that goes there that uses SSM, or if you've ever been in there, and I had a doctor, and so I called them and they put me to another lady, and she said, "Do you want to come in tomorrow and get it?" And she gave me 3 times. And everyone else says be patient.
Yeah.
But they had shots and they were running a very efficient operation at SSM. So I would suggest calling if there's
I'll be darned, because yeah, I know everybody I know's on a list, but never been called.
right. But I wouldn't have known that unless Linda had told me. So,
What location?
well, they got about 5 locations in St. Louis. I went to one that's at 141 in Bowles.
Oh, yeah.
And I didn't even know it was there. Fortunately, I was using GPS, or I would have gone to the St. Clair Hospital, but GPS took me to the other place. I walked in and I was out of there before I was scheduled to get my shot. It was there.
Yeah,
Well, you
you
are
still
really
got to
lucky.
get your booster shot though, right, Jack?
But they set me up for May 2nd or March 2nd. Yeah.
When you do your first one, you're automatically put on the list and scheduled for your second.
Correct. But Nancy, if you're trying to get on, I'd recommend you call SSM.
Well, I have a son-in-law who gives the shots at
Oh,
Mercy.
you had one. Okay.
So we're hoping that, sometimes they open a vial and then they can't finish it. So then they call people.
Yeah.
And I'm not that worried about it, to be very truthful, because people all around me have already had it. But because I have that special needs grandson that has trouble with lungs, heart, and kidneys.
Sure.
And I take care of him every day. So, that's the only reason I'm kind of waiting to get it.
Right.
A lot of our members in the family out and around, I have a lot of them in near Rolla, and the whole town got it out there. They didn't pay that much attention. As soon as one got it, the whole town got it. And then my granddaughter across the street, she got it at school, and she's fine, but she and I didn't, we don't communicate across the street now. We just Zoom across the street.
Yeah, our granddaughter tested positive, and she said it was a mild cold. I might have had it, but I've never gotten tested, so I don't know. But I mean, we've probably been as irresponsible as anybody can be, and we continue to travel, and we've been on flights to Denver and wherever, and I don't know.
Well, that's how they say we're going to get the herd.
It's got a
immunity.
99.99% survival rate, though. I just can't see doing it if
Right.
the chances of you being nailed with it are
That's not true of your age group, though, Gary.
Yeah,
It's
at
not
our
true.
age, it's starting.
Hey,
Somehow
I identify as
500,000 people.
35. Give me a break. Okay, I'm 35 years old. That's it. I ain't
Well,
going no
you're as
further.
bad as the gals. You're lying worse than we are.
Jack, did you notice when you were traveling the differences in states with the virus and how they handled what you could do and what you couldn't do?
Wait, ask me the question again, Karen?
When you were traveling and into different states, did you know a difference from Missouri as how strict they were?
You know what? We were in Florida for a week, and
They're not strict.
that was pretty open down there, but I mean, people were wearing masks. It was like in St. Louis. You wear a mask into the restaurant and then take it off as soon as you sit down. We've been out to Denver to see our daughter, and the same deal. Wear the masks.
Yeah.
So But
Well,
on
we
the,
traveled,
I was gonna say, the flights are probably the safest
Mhm.
place.
That's what I've heard too.
Yeah,
yeah.
Okay.
My daughter lives in Washington and we traveled in July and noticed that like South Dakota was very lax in
Mhm.
how they dealt with it. You could, you sort of had to wear a mask, maybe not, whatever. But when we got into Spokane, Washington, my God, they were just to get into the hotel, they wiped the pen down. They knew you gave a new pen to every that came in, and then they
Oh,
threw them
boy.
away. They wouldn't even
Yeah.
let you sign in with the same pen. And then we stayed in an Indian resort, a casino in Stanwood, Washington. They were really strict. Anytime you went into the building, they took your picture and your temperature every time. It didn't matter if you were staying there or not. You went in, and the only way in was through that one door.
yeah.
They were really
Wow.
strict.
Yeah.
And then, I mean, we go down to Table Rock Lake, and if you're down there, it's only recently that you would see masks at all. So
Mm.
it's the way it is.
Right. Right. But like I said, this hotel, it's a casino and a hotel. They had guards at the door. You could go out and you wanted, but you couldn't come in, and they watched so that somebody didn't get in and then open a door to
Yeah.
let people in. It was
Wow.
really, really strict.
Yeah.
And
Hey,
then
I've
you get
gotta
to other
drop.
places and it's like,
I've got to drop. I've enjoyed this, and it's good to see everybody.
Yeah, same
See you
here.
again.
We hope to see you
Take care,
next
Jack.
month, Jack. Put us on your calendar and we'll see you next month.
You bet. Thanks, Paul.
Excellent.
Great. Thank you.
yeah, I'm gonna take off too and see you guys next month and hope I get on easier than this time.
Yeah,
You did a
you'll
good
be an old
job.
pro. And next
Yeah,
month, we
right.
hope to have more folks. We'll see if we can't get some more folks in here.
Well, the key is
Okay.
talk to your buddies that aren't here and tell them how much fun we had, and maybe they'll join us. Yeah.
Yeah, but there's the
Get
thing,
a
you
blast
can
from me,
talk about
guys.
more
Thank you.
people. The more people that we have on, the less people you have to talk about.
That's true.
Because if they're here, you can't talk about them.
That's
Bye,
true.
guys.
We've been good. We
See ya.
didn't talk bad. Bye, all.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Now, how do we get off this damn thing? I have a clue.
Paul will let
Exactly.
us off. You'll get a little,
Nice.
Okay, Paul, you're the guy. Thanks a lot, buddy.
Thanks, Gary.
Yeah, this has been fun.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah, my bladder's calling again. I gotta go.
great seeing everyone. Pat.
Yeah,
great
take
seeing
care.
you,
Lupins wants to go row someplace. Yeah.
Rich
Okay.
and Gary and Nancy. Great seeing you guys.
Take care.
All right.
We're going to
Sure,
end it up
Bye-bye.
here, and we'll
righty.
catch you next time. Okay.
Sounds
Okay.
good.
Yeah.
All right.
Take care.
It's a wrap, everyone. Bye-bye.
All right.
Bye.